This time, it's the NRA's annual meeting as more than 80,000 members take over Louisville. Plus, the Dick Special from the 1930s, now one of history's guns. And college students are ringing steel at their national championship.
This is Shooting USA, reporting the stories of America's shooting sports.
It is always political. The NRA's annual meeting is always about celebrating and protecting the Second Amendment. And that means celebrating and supporting the politicians who will protect our right to bear arms. This year, the 80,000 members attending the convention in Louisville were there to see the new guns and to celebrate their freedoms. But they also were there for a major news event as Chris Cox took the stage to announce the NRA's choice for president.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next president of the United States, Donald Trump.
The annual meeting of the NRA always makes headlines, but never so many as this year when the Republican nominee for president brought the crowd to its feet.
Hillary Clinton wants to abolish the Second Amendment. Just remember that. We're not talking about change it. She wants to abolish the Second Amendment. So we're not going to let that happen. I can tell you that right now. We're going to preserve it. We're going to cherish it. We're going to take care of it. Okay?
Trump's staunch defense of gun owners' rights helped him capture the NRA's endorsement for president.
Chris, I will not let you down. Remember that. I will not let you down.
Donald Trump was just one of many at the Kentucky Exposition Center defending the Second Amendment.
Hi, good morning.
More than 80,000 NRA members packed the convention hall to check out the latest guns and gear and to celebrate our right to keep and bear arms.
Why wouldn't you be here, right? This is really if you're into guns and shooting sports, this is the place to be.
This is where you come to support the Second Amendment. So we haven't missed one. These kids don't go on spring break, they go on the NRA break.
Lori and her sons, Blaine and Aaron, have been to every NRA annual meeting since the boys were 4 years old. 7 straight conventions. And Mom says the twins will try every gun, the bigger the better.
There's a bigger one over here.
I think it's great. We started young and they know gun safety, they know range rules, they're probably safer than most adults out there. And they're avid shooters, rifle and pistol, and they absolutely love it.
And there are tons of guns to check out here. 11 acres in all, from fabulous antique flintlock pistols to big bore Smith & Wesson.
She's looking for a little something to put in her purse.
Big guns, small guns, guns to celebrate history. Winchester is marking a century and a half as an American firearms legend, with handsomely finished commemoratives of its famous lever action. Not to mention this iconic Winchester Model 1873 that rode the West with none other than Buffalo Bill.
I would love to go back to that era and to be able to see the feats that they accomplished with those guns, 100 years ago.
And Remington is celebrating an even older anniversary, 2 centuries of firearms history, with limited editions of the most famous models, the 700 bolt rifle and the 870 shotgun.
They're gorgeous. They're like a piece of artwork. I was weaned on a 22-250 Varmint Remington 700, and then my first shotgun was a pump-action 870 20 gauge. Still got it.
And let your imagination run wild if you're looking for gear. If it's not here, it doesn't exist. You might even bump into a shopper you know at Blackhawk.
It will not shrink.
Famous faces from the shooting sports are here at NRA, Kay and Jerry Michlick, and Julie Golub signing autographs for fans. John podcasting the latest news from the Smith & Wesson booth. And this is the event when we all get to meet fans of Shooting USA. All right, one for Dave. Where's Dave? And the folks who want to be seen as members head to the NRA store.
Thanks for shopping.
Bought a hat and a t-shirt and a bumper sticker. My wife had a bumper sticker that said "Stand and Fight." We no longer have that car and she wanted to get another one. So we ended up buying more than we planned.
I love the NRA, and just looking at all these people, my hair standing up on my arms right now even. Because we are going to stand up and fight.
Lots of people take that attitude here and express it with their dollars. Thousands of new members are joining at this event.
I guess for the NRA, they kind of voice the people's opinion with the Second Amendment rights and everything, and it's a group to kind of identify for the people, you know. I guess we can't say they can.
And here's a brand new member who's not just joining, he's also the newest life member. That deserves a ring of the bell.
The idea that if you make guns illegal, they'll just go away is a fallacy. If you make guns illegal, only the criminals will have them. And I think it's important for citizens to be able to defend themselves. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
And from newest to oldest, Wayne Bird has been a member since back before World War II.
I've been a member of the NRA 78 years, and I'm 99 years old. They have been fighting for our freedom, for our Second Amendment freedom, for ability to own a gun, for law-abiding gun owners to keep their guns. And I stay with them for that reason.
78 years as an NRA member. Meeting Wayne was a highlight of the convention. And here's another, the NRA Country Jam concert in downtown Louisville, with several thousand music fans turning out for the event, sponsored by Colt and by Shooting USA, to raise money for an outstanding cause, Folds of Honor, that offers scholarships to the children of America's fallen and wounded soldiers. That is the pin I'm wearing that some of you've asked about, the folded flag symbol of the honorable charity helping America's wounded. Find out more about how you can help at shootingusa.com. And coming up, new guns and gear from the show floor. That's next.
Introducing the M&P M2.0 by Smith & Wesson, enhanced for complete shootability. Featuring a new aggressive grip texture, the famous M&P Optimal Grip Angle, 4 interchangeable palm swell grips for nearly any hand size, a light, crisp trigger with a clear tactile reset. Everything you love about the M&P pistol made even better. The new M&P M2.0, advanced by design.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Smith & Wesson and the new M&P 2.0 pistol, advanced again by design. In a normal year, we see the new products for the year at the SHOT Show in January, and then the public gets to see them in person at the NRA annual meeting. Normally, there isn't more news. But this is not a normal year, with so much new product being announced that John and I had to shift into SHOT Show reporting to try to cover all the new product surprises. In a normal year, it's the public getting their first look at the new products we've first seen at SHOT. But this is clearly not a normal year, with non-stop new product announcements.
You're one of the first in the world to see the Shield 45, which launched 45 minutes ago here at the NRA show.
This is a total surprise from Smith & Wesson. Nobody saw this coming. That is the Shield chambered in .45 ACP. That's a big hole in a small gun. This thing is an enhanced grip. It has 7 rounds in the extended magazine plus 1 on top. All the Shield features, lightweight, easy to carry. Retail price to send big rounds downrange, $479.
Who doesn't like a 45? I carry a 1911, and now I can carry the same caliber in a smaller frame, so really like that.
New offering from Blackhawk, a line of suppressors, 7 in total, from .22 caliber all the way to .338. This one is the Mini Boss 9mm 300 Blackout rated for 300 in super and subsonic. Everything in the line is ear safe, and it's a sign of the times. Blackhawk is in the suppressor game.
Colt's losing no time introducing new models to improve their position. This is the Enhanced Defender. Comes with a Tritium night sight front sight, high undercut, new G10 grips, and the best part, it's a low price for a compact 45, $949 retail.
No matter what long gun you shoot, Bushnell has an optic for you. And for you long-range hunters, you want to see the Trophy Extreme. This one is the 6-24, built on a 30-millimeter tube. The other 3 configurations also built on 30-millimeter tubes. All of them with the RainGuard HD coating, all of them covered by the 100% no questions asked money-back warranty from Bushnell.
What we have here today is the new X5 Clipper from Hogue. It's a new version of knife in the Extreme Knife series. It's unique because it is a flipper design, but it's a button lock. This has the button lock, so you have the flipper lever where you get the deployment. You know, and the flipper gives you that ability of a one-hand deployment, but still being within the guidelines of the law.
Hornady is showing off its long line of products at NRA and getting praise from this father and son.
I just find it completely interesting how, precise everything is here, and the machining, the precision of everything, I find quite impressive.
One of my favorite pieces from the Smith & Wesson catalog gets an update at this year's NRA convention. This is the M&P 1522 Sport MOE, and they're designating it that because it now has Magpul furniture, adjustable stock, grip, and M-LOK inserts. So if you've got some 22 laying around, Smith & Wesson will help you burn it up for a little less than $500.
I like it. Can I have it for Christmas?
See that one? Shooting USA 01. Les is showing off the one that he's not going to sell. We'll sell you one with a higher number if you care to carry our logo.
I own a lot of guns, but that's the top gun I own. I own the Shooting USA number 24.
From who else but Les Bear Custom.
What we're looking at here is the Stoeger P3000, which is kind of a pump version of the Stoeger M3000 semi-auto shotgun, which has been pretty successful. So they're looking for something more affordable for people. So they've taken that and made it into a pump shotgun. It's very smooth, and you're looking at an MSRP of $299, so probably out the door just north of $250 a piece.
Here's a gun I had a little time on the range with at Gunsight, the Colt Combat Unit 1911. They brought out the 45 at SHOT Show, new for the NRA convention, the 9mm. All of the same features spec'd out for the Combat Unit 1911 are seen on the 9+1 capacity, just under $1,500 at retail.
And Galco has all new designs for women who like a purse with a concealed carry pocket. This shopper buying her fourth.
I'm small, I'm female, I'm a target. Also, I'm not very young.
And for rimfire shooters, the new models just keep coming for Smith & Wesson's 22 Victory target pistol.
It's really a nice piece. Fiber optic sight, rear adjustable. It takes down a little easier than my older pistol. And I'm looking to do some more 22 Blinken. It's nice.
The 22 Victory has been on sale since February and even has its own Facebook fan page. But now the question is, how soon can you get a Shield in 45? The reservation lists are getting longer at gun shops. It's safe to predict that's another hit for Smith & Wesson. Well, still ahead, what's not for sale at NRA? The rare collections on display from Tommy guns to precision miniatures. This is custom gun making, hand fitting, slide to frame, hand cutting the magwell, blending the surfaces of the slide, the frame, and the beaver tail. At every step, a Les Bear Custom 1911 is hand fitted to tolerances no CNC machine can match for match grade accuracy. And a Les Bear Custom 1911 is priced at 1/3 of what you'd pay any other gun maker. See all the 1911s and rifles at lesbear.com. Shooting USA is brought to you by Blackhawk. Honor as a way of life. and by Colt, built one at a time, proven every round. The NRA has been holding their annual meeting each year for 145 years. That is a lot of history. So you shouldn't be surprised to find there's a lot of history on display when the collectors set up their section of the show floor. The firearms will astound you, from rare commemoratives to working precision miniatures. Turn the corner at the NRA show and you turn back a page in history. A lot of pages, in fact. From Smith & Wesson's presentation piece for General Dwight D. Eisenhower to choppers from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago.
The Thompson is a very unique gun, and it has a profile that even today, you show a silhouette of that gun to anybody, and they immediately go, oh, a Tommy gun.
The Tommy gun, the legendary Thompson submachine gun, a firearm both famous and infamous.
The gangster era, the roaring 20s, John Dillinger rolling down the streets with guns ablazing and the police firing back at him. This gun is uniquely American.
Here's another unique American firearm at the Smith & Wesson collector's booth. The model 1905 Target that speed shooter Ed McGivern used to set a record.
He shot the world's record in 1932 of 9/20ths of a second, and that's pretty fast. You can't even hardly think that fast.
5 shots in less than half a second. And take a look at that group. Ed's revolver had a 6-inch barrel and was chambered in .38 Special.
The thing about Ed McGivern, when he shot, he was really accurate. The target that he shot 5 shots with, you could cover with a $50.
Jim says McGivern's revolver came straight out of the box without so much as a trigger job.
He believed in that the gun was good enough to use, it should be good enough to shoot a good target.
This firearm isn't one of a kind, but only a few exist. James Puckle invented it 3 centuries ago, a revolution in flintlock technology.
This gun was the first in 2 very important areas. It was the first sustained fire weapon ever, and it was the first revolver.
Certainly not the wheel gun we're accustomed to, but remarkable when you see how this reproduction works.
Pull back the frizzen, you put the powder into the pan, you cock it, you lower the frizzen, and this is the trigger. Boom. I back this off a couple turns, I manually turn it, I reset it, prime it, cock it, close it, and fire it. Boom. That's the firing sequence for this weapon.
And when all 8 chambers had been fired, just replace the cylinder with a loaded one.
He was ahead of his time.
Then there are the creations you have to see to believe in the miniature firearms booth, like flintlocks that fit in the palm of your hand, and this matching pair of SIGs.
This is a SIG P210. Would be a 9mm in full size. Everything works. Was made to shoot and has been shot. These are the 1/2 scale 9mm live rounds, jacketed soft point bullets in 4.5mm or half scale 9mm.
And if you still doubt these tiny pistols work,
you'll notice that the hammer won't drop. Just like the full-size one, the hammer won't drop unless the magazine's in place.
Then take a look at this.
It's a Smith & Wesson 38 caliber Victory model.
And check out this cutaway 1911 in 1/3 scale. Now meet the talented and patient gunsmith with his tiny pocket pistol.
This is the same 1911, but it's in stainless steel. Fully operational in every possible way, including the rifling in the barrel.
David has worked months on this 1911 with months more work to do.
This is the American holster from 1911.
Fine art in miniature and rare one-of-a-kind firearms from history. Just one more treat for 80,000 NRA members to enjoy at the annual meeting. And if you're marking your calendar for 2017, next year the NRA annual meeting will add the nightmare of Atlanta traffic to the event in April in the Downtown Convention Center. Well, coming next, more history, the handy Colt known as the Dick Special. And later, college students are ringing steel on their spring break.
And these are the voters, these are the consumers of, and the leaders of the country to come. So I'm pretty happy to see it going over.
Out of all you'll spend on shooting this year, this is the most important, a membership in the NRA. Join at shootingusa.com and I'll pay $10 for you. It's that important.
As the most popular rifle platform today, the AR's reputation is well-deserved. And with AR Optics by Bushnell, every shot is precision guided. Any target, any scenario, 400 yards to 4. Technologically advanced and versatile optics for the most popular firearm on the planet. AR Optics by Bushnell.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Les Baer Customs 1911s, hand-fitted to perfection because you'll accept no less. Compared to what we carry today, it was a big chunk of steel, but it became the working choice on both sides of the law in the 30s and 40s. This one dates to about 1950 and picked up some mother-of-pearl grip somewhere in its history before it came to me. It is the 6-shot Colt Detective Special. That's now one of history's guns. Its compact profile is very familiar to American firearms enthusiasts. A snub-nosed .38 Special revolver, the Colt Detective Special.
It was kind of one of the guns to have. I fired a .38 Special, which is a heck of a good round, and the gun was super reliable and super concealable. I mean, it was popular with police forces, private detectives, and real-life bad guys. And it was a great little gun. It still is a great little gun.
Colt introduced the Detective Special at the height of the Roaring '20s. Gangland killings, bootleg whiskey, and high-speed shootouts were facts of life in America's back alleys and big city streets. Many cops were armed with a Colt, a revolver called the Police Positive, in service since 1907. Average citizens acted to protect themselves, too.
The Police Positive was one of Colt's really, really good early double-action systems. And it also had a swing-out cylinder. So you had a superb, excellent, rugged, reliable double-action system. So that's a good thing.
Only one problem, it was hard to conceal. But Colt had a fix for that. Cut off its 5 or 6 inch barrel, and the result, the Detective Special.
Dick Special, as they nicknamed it, had a 2-inch barrel, double action, swing out cylinder, 6-shot, concealable, reliable, well made, heck of a great little gun.
And there's no great mystery to operating the Colt revolver with its simple swing out cylinder.
This particular case, you pull the latch back and it releases the cylinder. You swing it out, you stuff in the rounds, you close it, and you're ready to go.
Ready to fire 6 rounds of .38 Special, and the full-size grips help manage the recoil.
Yeah, this is a real little pocket powerhouse. That .38 Special, there's nothing wrong with that load. As you can see from shooting this thing, it's a handful, even with standard .38 Specials.
And it's accurate for a gun with a 2-inch barrel. Not a target pistol, but it wasn't intended to be.
This gun was strictly intended to be self-defense or offense gun, a hideout gun. It is exactly what it looks like. It makes no pretenses. It's a little gun intended for close-in work.
And the Detective Special became familiar to the public as Hollywood cast the small Colt as the carry piece for movie and TV cops.
As a kid, I grew up watching good old Warner Brothers gangster movies, and it seems like every lawman and every gangster and every bootlegger and whatever it is, they had a Colt Detective Special. The Dick Special was the gun to have.
For detectives like Sergeant Joe Friday, Jack Webb's very authentic character, dramatizing actual cases from the files of the Los Angeles Police Department.
Come on out there, Hoffman!
Friday's detective special was frequently in action in the 1950s episodes of Dragnet.
This thing was used everywhere, and you see lots and lots of them in film. But again, that only reflects, real life, because lots and lots of these guns are out in the field.
Clearly a case of art imitating life, as real detectives and the public on both sides of the law carried the detective special.
For its time and for its size, it was something of a revelation. It really, it's a great little revolver. It still is. I wouldn't have any qualms about carrying one today.
Colt made over 400,000 detective specials from the 1920s to 1972, and twice reintroduced detective specials in 1993 and 1997. This is one of the collectible originals, now valued at about $900. And coming next, the top college pistol teams in the country shoot it out on steel at the national championships.
Hornady Security is committed to secure storage and touch-free access for your firearms and valuables. The RFID wristband, eFob, or decal instantly opens your safe for those moments when you need immediate access for home protection. Safe, secure, and always rapid.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable. Spring break. Well, for most college kids, that means wild partying on some Florida beach. But that's not for everybody. Not for the members of the collegiate pistol team shooting for a national title in the Scholastic Action Shooting Program. Steel shooting. The unmistakable sound is a sure sign of success. And at the College Nationals at the CMP Marksmanship Park in Talladega, nearly a dozen teams are hoping for just that. It's where 100 college students are locked in, focused, and ready to claim the national championship title through the Scholastic Action Shooting Program.
We are just a great program because we're a youth-oriented organization that we're teaching life skills through the shooting sports. So the kids are learning teamwork, ethics, they're learning safe handling of guns, they're learning safe handling of firing the guns, and it's a sport that the whole family can participate in down the road.
And today, the SASP would not exist without the support of industry leaders like Smith & Wesson, manufacturers who helped create the sport in the first place.
Smith & Wesson realizes you need to support the youth of America, passing the legacy of the firing guns in competition, the safe, responsible enjoyment of it. And these are the voters, these are the consumers of, and the leaders of the country to come. So I'm pretty happy to see everyone out here.
It's clear the students are happy to be here too, as representatives of their university in this national competition. A big draw to this sport is that ring of steel. Competitors can shoot in the more affordable rimfire division or the centerfire division. And that's where Austin Ventrone is competing with his new 9mm.
It's a M&P Pro. We just switched them this year, and we really like them so far, so I think we're going to stick with them.
Unlike other steel shooting disciplines, competitors in Scholastic Action Shooting begin each string of fire in the low ready position, easier and safer than drawing from a holster.
We're not using holsters, we're not drawing, we're not running. It's a good starting point. And then you progress to IDPA, USPSA Steel Challenge 3-gun.
And this is a team sport. Both men and women shoot together, competing on squads of 4. And there is some strategy behind that.
You want your best, whoever's performing the best on the bay at the right time. So these coaches will wait till the last minute to tell us who their squads are going to be, because they want whoever's shooting the best right now, that's who they put the four together, because this is the College National Championships.
Stand by.
Each stage consists of 5 steel plates. A hit on all 5 is the goal. The stop plate, marked in red, must be hit last. And the faster and more accurate, the better, because your score is your time.
Speed comes with accuracy. If they shoot clean and don't miss targets, you win. We always joke, you can't miss targets fast enough to win.
That is a known fact. You can't outrun a miss. And a miss is a 3-second penalty. There is no round limit, so extra shots or pickups are allowed until all 5 targets are hit. The trade-off, those extra shots cost you time. So pickups can be costly, especially on challenging stages like one called the speed trap, where the targets range from 10 to 25 yards.
From what I'm hearing from the shooters, that this is one of the more challenging ones that they have to deal with. You have the different size targets plus the different ranges, and for some of them are just starting out, so it's new to them. They're not used to seeing the distances.
Let's take our time to get our hits. All right, let's roll.
Larger teams like Texas A&M have the advantage of more squads. Odds are in their favor to win, but don't disregard those small teams like the University of Vermont, a team dressed to the nines in homemade uniforms.
So we did not have enough time to order our jerseys, and so we decided some team solidarity was the best option.
No cookies in that box, just loaded magazines ready to fire. So Vermont may not look professional, but they are having fun, running with the Cookie Monster theme. So it's that fun and this competition that wouldn't be possible without the Scholastic Action Shooting Program and those who support it.
We would not have a program without our sponsors. We wouldn't have a program without our adult volunteers, because they're all the backbone of our program. And without them, we can't do what we do.
So it's a team effort to support the Scholastic Action Shooting Program, and it takes a team effort to win the College Nationals. With more than just bragging rights on the line, if teams place high in the match, they can qualify for financial support through the Midway USA Foundation. So there's plenty of motivation to win. We'll find out who does it coming next.
On March 29th, 1911, the Armed Forces adopted a pistol that would change the world. For decades to come, men and women relied on the most trusted pistol in history as they fought the toughest battles to protect our freedom. Today, we celebrate another great victory, introducing the all-new Colt Competition pistol, designed for heroes, created for champions. We didn't just make history, we're still making it.
Shooting USA is brought to you by CompTac, your source for everyday carry holsters and equipment. Thanks to the National Shooting Sports Foundation, youth shooters and college students can compete with handguns through the Scholastic Action Shooting Program. But shooting in college isn't easy. There's both academic demands and the cost of participating. But that has not stopped the student teams in Talladega, Alabama. They're all there shooting for the national title. He's part competitor.
As always, cautious about that.
Part coach.
Good to meet you, Will Herring.
And full-time college student.
It's kind of neat. You know, you go tell your professors, I'm not going to be able to make it to class on Friday because I'm traveling to nationals. And they say, what for? And you say, I shoot pistols competitively. Sometimes they give you a funny look, but they definitely encourage it.
Like many student athletes, there must be a balance between school and sports. But for Will Herring and the Florida Gators, there's also fundraising. That's because the pistol team is not sanctioned by the university, which makes the Gators a club team.
So when you see 9 college guys that came here today with me funding their own ammunition for training, it's financially a little bit strapping. That's the biggest drawback. But at the end of the day, we all are here because we want to shoot, we enjoy it, and the camaraderie comes with it. That just makes it even better.
Then there are the military academies. You recognize them by their combat camo, those that do support their pistol teams. The Corps of Cadets from Texas A&M and the West Point pistol team. And with them, some proud parents who also came out to show their support.
We are so proud of these young men and women who have made a commitment to our country and who are here serving their country today and serving their team proudly, and we are just very, very excited to see them. It's great competition.
The academy teams are cadets, future officers, and leaders for the military. For them, steel shooting isn't just a sport. It's a life skill taught and encouraged by the Texas A&M coach.
I want them to understand how to shoot. I want them to understand what good training is, because when they're leading 18, 19-year-olds, maybe my own two boys, one day in combat, I want them to have officers who understand the value of marksmanship and the training.
Coach Kevin Jimerson is also a volunteer who forges a special bond with his team.
What they put into this is an incredible amount of time. They invest everything in this sport, and it's an honor for me to coach them.
One of Kevin's seniors is Zach Williams, the team commander.
Amazing young man. He's an Air Force contract. He'll be sitting in an Air Force cockpit a year from now. He's an aerospace engineering major, got a 4.0 on 16 hours of aerospace engineering last fall. And that's an amazing accomplishment in addition to running. Our team, we have 32 cadets on our team.
An accomplishment that will pay off in the future.
Whenever we have a chance to really present ourselves and represent the university and the Corps Marksmanship Unit, we want to make sure we uphold a good name, especially in the shooting community. Ultimately, that's what it's about, is developing cadets and future leaders for either the Air Force, the military, whoever it may be, or even in the business world.
One of those future leaders may be Texas freshman Savannah Butters, one of two ladies on the squad.
Being one of the few females on the team is really interesting, working with a lot of guys, but I really enjoy it because I grew up with a lot of brothers, and so I just feel right at home.
Like many competing at the College Nationals, Savannah's shooting bug started at home. But thanks to the Scholastic Action Shooting Program, she's able to continue a tradition of college shooting that stretches back more than 100 years.
One of the things I find really interesting at Smith & Wesson, we have a photograph up in the foyer of the Harvard and Yale pistol revolver team from the late 1800s. And now to see these kids out here doing the same sport that 100 years ago was politically correct, and now again embracing that is really, really amazing.
Oh, it's really interesting to see people from all over the nation, over 100 people shooting, and it's pretty competitive, and we're glad to be here.
And glad to be winning. When the scores were totaled, it was a sweep for the Texas A&M teams, winning both centerfire and rimfire divisions. They are indeed representing the university very well. Well, up next, the Smith & Wesson pros have 2 or 10 words on the new 22 Victory.
Introducing the M&P M2.0 by Smith & Wesson, enhanced for complete shootability. Featuring a new aggressive grip texture, the famous M&P Optimal Grip Angle, 4 interchangeable palm swell grips for nearly any hand size, a light, crisp trigger with a clear tactile reset. Everything you love about the M&P pistol made even better. The new M&P M2.0, advanced by design.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Huppies, the gun care people since 1903. And by Savage Arms, no nonsense, all performance. We've got some professional opinion for you on the hot-selling Smith & Wesson 22 Victory pistol. First, take a look at your options. This is the bull barrel version with a relatively heavy 5.5-inch stainless barrel. But you can easily swap to a Volk-Kortzen carbon fiber lightweight barrel, maybe for speed shooting on steel. But Jerry prefers the heavy barrel, which can help you with a not quite perfect shot.
What I'm looking for in a 22 pistol of that sort is to have some front heavy feel so it gives you a little bit of follow through on a shot. Not every time are you exactly perfect on a trigger, so with a little bit longer and heavier barrel, it gives you a little bit of follow through, so should you not be perfect on a trigger, you'll still have a good shot on the target.
Julie's take on the Victory is the design of the grip that makes you feel right at home from the first shots.
An ergonomic grip for the average user just means that it's really comfortable in your hands. And when it's comfortable, it means you can get the sights on the target easily and shoot well. It feels good and it's easy to shoot.
And for Doug, who's known for his precision shooting, the Victory points right with a great trigger.
I think it's awesome. The first time I put it in my hand, you know, the ergonomics of the grip, the way the sights line up, it's really, you know, flat. A lot of times, a lot of these 22 pistols you pick up, you know, the sight point's real high or real low. This is flat for me. It fits really good. I love the fiber optics. Really good trigger, a great entry level, you know, competition shooting gun.
So the pros have endorsed the affordable new Victory that ships with 2 10-round magazines and a strip of Picatinny rail if you prefer to mount an optic instead of the adjustable fiber optic sights. Suggested retail is just over $400 when you can find one in stock at your dealer. Now, got a question about ammunition? Just about anything you might want to know is in the book, the 5th edition of the Ammo Encyclopedia. It is a mind-boggling collection of data, history, and dimensions of everything that has ever been chambered. Need to identify some collectible ammo you found in your grandfather's basement? You'll find actual size representations. And there's ballistics charts for every bullet weight out to 500 yards. It is an incredible resource for shooters, collectors, handloaders, the life work of Michael Bussard, who is an old guy now, since we graduated from high school together a long time ago. It's sold by Blue Book Publications for $34.95. Absolutely everything you could want to know about ammo. Well, still ahead, Colt Combat Team instructor Ken Hackathorn shows us a drill he calls the 8-ball. Out of all you'll spend on shooting this year, this is the most important, a membership in the NRA. Join at shootingusa.com and I'll pay $10 for you. It's that important. This is custom gun making, hand fitting slide to frame, hand cutting the magwell, blending the surfaces of the slide, the frame, and the beaver tail. At every step, a Les Baer Custom 1911 is hand fitted to tolerances no CNC machine can match for match grade accuracy. And a Les Baer Custom 1911 is priced at 1/3 of what you'd pay any other gun maker. See all the 1911s and rifles at lesbaer.com. Shooting USA is brought to you by Smith & Wesson and the new M&P 2.0 pistol, advanced again by design. He is one of the founding members of IPSC and IDPA. He trains U.S. military special operations forces on a regular basis, and he's a member of the Colt Combat Unit of Advisors and Trainers. He's Ken Hackathorn, who has now signed on to train you, this time with a favorite 2-gun exercise he calls the 8-ball drill.
Okay, folks, what you just saw was a drill we call 8-ball. It consists of 6 rounds in the carbine, 2 rounds from the pistol. If you'll notice, what we're using here is a USPSA silhouette target. I take a roll of range tape, make a circle in the head, about 4 inches in diameter. All your carbine shots must be fired in this circle. If they're out of the circle, still in the head box, it adds 1 second. If you miss the head, anywhere out of the head, it adds 5 seconds. Pistol shots are fired in the silhouette body, ideally in the A zone. With the carbine, one of the primary things you have to do is shoulder transitions. from the strong shoulder, for example, to the weak shoulder. And there's a key proper way to do this. If you don't do it right, it becomes very dangerous. Key point is strong hand or firing hand goes forward first, then you switch over to a mirror grip. The mistake that a lot of people make, and it's incredibly dangerous, is they try to do the change over here. And you can imagine what can happen under stress. You're gonna get a loud noise you don't want. So this is the way amateurs do it. Strong hand forward, switch shoulders. Move to the next position, engage a target, switch again. And a series of those until you're done. You wanna try to get the same proper grip that you had with a strong side. That's one of the critical points to this drill. Switching shoulders. By the way, you're gonna have to switch eyes. You'll notice on the 6th shot with a carbine, it goes empty. Now I have to perform a pistol to transition. So from here, I take my carbine, and the way I prefer to do it is when I bring the gun down, I like to bring the empty magazine to my left side so it's out of the way. It doesn't interfere with the draw of the pistol. From right here, strong hand supported, I switch, mirror grip, second shot, weak hand supported. There are two key elements to the 8-ball drill. We just discussed the accuracy part. Now we're gonna add the time. Using the timer, we're gonna score my overall time, and we're gonna add seconds in the form of points down. Real simple, 45 seconds is a pass-fail in this drill. 40 to 45 is a D. 35 to 40 is a C. 30 to 35 is a B score, and if you happen to get below 30 seconds final score, you got an A in this particular drill. Watch how it's done. We're gonna put the timer on and we'll see how it goes.
Stand by.
Where'd that end up, Daryl?
28.8.
Okay, looks like about 3 points down, gives me a 31 and change. Pretty good time, I'll take that. Listen, you know the drill, go out the range, check it out, see where you're at.
So, Ken's time is an A, but a B with points down, still a passing score. If you need to review Ken's drill or print it to take it to the range, you can find it in the Pro Tips section of the website. Plus, you'll find a link with my offer to join the NRA, so we can see you next year in Atlanta. It's all at shootingusa.com. For all of us, I'm Jim Scout, and shoot safely, shoot often, and keep 'em in the 10 ring.